Good evening. By the color of my hair, you can guess that I'm not a new entrepreneur, and I love dinosaurs. I really love, and we work with banks and only with banks. Here, I want to talk to you about distant payments. Distant payments, it's not only internet payments, but it's also mail order and telephone order. Obviously, it's great. I'm sure in this room, especially in this room, everybody is using internet payment, e-payments in general, but it's also a pain. He was talking about, the previous speaker was talking about, obviously, the SMS, 3D Secure. It's a pain. It's also a pain to have the card available because obviously it's in the lobby, in the entrance of my apartment, and every time I want to do a payment, I need to go and fetch my card, and so on, and so on, and so on. It is complex, and at Talk2Pay, we want to make it simpler, much, much simpler. The other thing is that it's not safe at all. 2 years ago in France, 700,000 people were impacted by fraud on internet with their card when they paid. So it's really about being safe and being simple. So please allow me to show you a very short video. It's about 1 minute 30 seconds that will explain to you what we are trying to do.
Facing the worrying growth of internet fraud faced by both banks and cardholders, Talk2Pay offers issuing banks a one-click universal card-based solution. Talk2Pay enables banks to immediately stop internet fraud in all e-commerce thanks to a combination of unique transaction verification and voice identification. Talk2Pay can be used wherever the cardholder is, at home, in the office, or on the road. Card-based purchases on the internet, email, and telephone are all perfectly secure wherever the e-merchant is located. There is a direct connection between the issuing bank and the cardholder. Dynamic global security is ensured thanks to a combination of personal phone ownership and voice identification.
Hola, me llamo Natalia y me identifico con mi voz. Hello, my name is Natalia and this is my Talk2Pay identification. Bonjour, je m'appelle Natalia et je m'identifie par ma voix.
Thanks to Talk2Pay, issuing banks can now offer cardholders easy to use and manage totally secure internet payments.
Thank you for watching. So, 2 years ago again, fraud was in the SEPA area 1.2 billion euros. In the UK, we had the numbers 1 week ago, it was 300 million pounds. Out of that, 65% is on internet, or mail order, or telephone order. And it's only 11 or 12% of the transactions. So it shows to you that there is a huge, huge issue. And this issue has to be tackled by the banks. The banks issue our cards, and we use these cards. So these same banks, these issuing banks, need to secure our cards. And we are here to change the paradigm also. So we know that banks are dinosaurs, but also dinosaurs need to evolve. And we want to change this paradigm because today, too many players are involved in the payment. You have, obviously, the issuing bank, us as cardholders, but also the retailers, the e-merchants, and also the acquiring bank. And it's not normal. The retailer, the job of the retailer, the e-merchant, is to sell, not to secure the transactions, and not to have this burden with the fraud and all the files we need to comply with and these regulations and so on. The merchant is here to make business. So we want to solve that and to make sure that the card is secured, not the transaction. The wallets today secure one transaction, not the card. So this system is meant to simplify and also to secure the card and to simplify the payment. Simple authentication or strong authentication. It can be that for some reasons, some banks don't like voice biometrics. Yes, it's biometrics, so it means it's never 100% sure. Even fingerprint, even apparently some facial recognition, it's never 100%. But it is a strong authentication. Why is it a strong authentication? Because it's your voice, who you are, but also what you have, what you own, your phone. And your bank knows your mobile phone number. So you can use this authentication. If they don't like it, well, we go back to login password. Once again, in the room, I'm sure that everyone is paying on internet, but I'm not sure that in the room you remember all the passwords and all the login that you gave to the different e-merchant websites and your online banking passwords. So voice is much, much easier. As I told you, this solution is meant to be sold to issuing banks. And this solution allows this issuing bank to have a direct relationship with their customers. And that's very, very important. Today, issuing banks have lost this relationship when it has to do with e-payments. So we recreate that. And how do we do that? Well, there is one component named in English security code or CVV or cryptogram. These 3 digits, well, they need to change in order to make sure that we secure the card. They need to change dynamically. And that's what Talk2Pay does. And we do it because we are building a server in front of the authentication, the authorization server of the bank. And it completes, if you want, this information system within the bank. And this is how we create a virtual system, starting with the customer. It's much simpler for the customer. It is also safer for the customer. There is no interaction at all between the issuing bank and the retailer. It means that this system works on any e-merchant on the planet, worldwide. So you don't have, well, banks today, they go to this e-merchant and they say, please put my button, you know, so people can click on Paylib or PayPal or whatever. PayPal started more than 15 years ago. Till now, they only drag 9.7% of the total internet payments. And it is because they need to sell this button on every e-merchant in the world. We are talking about, in France, only 118,000 websites selling products or services. The Paylib wallet today in France, they are reaching around 400 or 500 of these e-merchants. So this is very limited. A solution like that must be completely universal. And we can make it universal. Now we'll finish with a business case. We started 1.5 years ago with a large French bank, obviously. It's 8 million cards. We didn't enroll 8 million customers, only 600 of them. 300 were customers, like us, and 300 were employees of the bank. These are the results. It's a bit USSR type of results, but do you see Talk2Pay with its one-time dynamic cryptogram as a top security layer to protect your card data? 98%, yes. Do you consider that Talk2Pay voice biometrics authentication reinforces customer authentication for e-payment? 97%, yes. Do you see Talk2Pay as easy to use? 90%. Why? Because we all have a phone next to us, either in our pockets or in our bags or in the home. It's not only a smartphone. It can also be a fixed phone in the home. So this is what Talk2Pay is, and thank you for listening, and thank you to all.
Thank you. Do we have any questions for Jerome?
You said that the merchant is actually not enrolled into the system. I don't really see how it works. I.e., okay, I want to make a payment. Who do I call? And how is my payment processed? I mean, do I call my bank and I give an identification number for transaction that the merchant gives me, or how does it work?
All right. Let's start with online banking. I would guess that you are banked and that you have a bank account and that you can access online banking. When you go on online banking, this is one way to proceed. Oops, sorry. This was the 10 minutes time. When you go online banking, you will ask if you want to go for this service. Then we create your voice model, so you are called. Anyway, you are always called. You never call. You are called by your bank. We create the voice model. The bank will create the voice model. We don't own any data. It is the bank's job to do that, all right? After that, you will be asked to install something either on your smartphone, an app, or an extension on your browser, on your PC or on your Mac. And this is how it goes. And every time you will find a payment form, there will be this pop-up. You click on it. It's a one-click payment. Then you are called, and all your payment data are filled on the payment form. That's it. Payment's done.
So you actually replace, for example, the SMS code system?
Definitely, but with no impact at all on the retailer. No impact at all. The retailer doesn't know that this transaction is secured because they don't have to know. Okay? Thank you. Clear enough? Thank you.
Jerome, thank you very much.